Today, I would like to present my business idea, Harvest Home Rural Living Made Safe. I choose this project based on my own experiences, as well as recalling discussions with friends, where this issue frequently emerged as a common challenge. This motivated me to explore a practical solution. Harvest Home is integrated platform connecting working holiday makers with qualified accommodation and employment in regional Australia. Working holiday makers often face significant challenges when trying to find accommodation in rural areas. As shown on the slide, many rely on informal channels such as social media and word of mouth, which expose them to scams, unsafe housing, and exploitation. At the same time, around 50% of second and third visa holders work in agriculture, while roughly 57% of farm report labor shortage. This clearly highlights the structural gap between labor demand and accommodation supply. Working holiday makers play a vital role in Australia's agricultural sector, particularly in filling seasonal labor shortages. However, they are also highly vulnerable to exploitation, including underpayment, lack of transparency, and unsafe housing conditions. In addition, they are frequently relocated along the harvest trail, requiring them to repeatedly search for accommodation in remote locations. This business idea was developed using a structured design thinking approach. In the empathy stage, working holiday makers experience uncertainty and housing insecurity. In the define stage, the core problem is identified as a lack of safe accommodation. During the ideation stage, alternatives such as a job-only platform were considered, but an integrated solution was found to be more effective. According to design thinking theory, understand user-specific problems is essential for continuous innovation and improve practical solutions for the platform. In the prototype stage, a pilot program will be developed to test the integrated platform in the real-world context. In the test stage, key performance indicators such as booking rates, user satisfaction, and retention are used to evaluate performance and guide improvements. In addition, a target user strategy is applied during prototype and testing stage. Although Harvest Home is designed for all working holiday makers, prior research indicated that a significant proportion of Asian working holiday makers avoid a certain type of accommodation due to concern about safety, hygiene, and cultural familiarity. Therefore, Asian working holiday makers are selected as a primary test group. Focus on users with higher expectation, the platform can establish more reliable service standard. If these expectations are met, the platform is more likely to safety broad range of working holiday makers. This approach enhances the effectiveness of ongoing testing by incorporating insights from high expectation user segment. Harvest Home offers an integrated platform that combines qualified accommodation with digital employment system. Users can secure both housing and work before arrival, reducing uncertainty and enhancing safety. The platform features a structured host identity and property verification, user reviews, and a single system for both housing and job search. This significantly reduces information asymmetry and search cost. Harvest Home creates a strong competitive advantage through its integrated business model. Unlike platforms such as Airbnb or informal networks. This solution shifts from transactional model to an integrated service ecosystem that links to physical accommodation assets with a digital platform. First, trust is established through structured verification process, including host screening, property checks, and transparent user review. This builds user confidence. Second, the platform integrates housing and employment, reducing uncertainty and improving planning efficiency for workers, especially in rural areas. Third, the combining physical accommodation asset with a digital system, the business creates a defendable competitive advantage that is difficult for competitor to duplicate. This position Harvest Home not just as a platform, but as a scalable and sustainable ecosystem. A SWOT analysis is used to evaluate both internal and external factors affecting business strategy. The main strength of Harvest Home is its ability to provide verified accommodation through structured screening process and trusted partnerships. However, key weakness is that high startup property invest required, with development costs of more than $300,000 per property. In terms of opportunity, growing working holiday makers numbers and including agricultural labor demand creates strong market potential. At the same time, there are threats, including competition from Airbnb and other informal local accommodation networks, such as Facebook. In response, Harvest Home adopts a strategy that takes advantage of its strengths, while mitigates risks through gradual and lean expansion. Harvest Home will launch a pilot program in Queensland. Queensland is identified as the ideal starting location due to its significant agricultural production and strong demand for seasonal labor. With about 35% of Australians' agricultural land, Queensland can have high demand in labor and accommodation. However, the business faces market uncertainty resource limitations, demand changes due to seasonal nature of agriculture, also working holiday makers numbers and influenced by visa policies and international mobility. High property development costs potentially create financial limitations in early stages. To address these challenges, Harvest Home adopts a lean and effectuation-based approach. The pilot will run for 3 to 6 months with a limited number of properties to minimize investment. Performance will be evaluated using KPIs such as booking rates, user satisfaction, and retention. In addition, co-creation strategy will be implemented through the user feedback and collaboration with farm operators. Beyond its economic value, Harvest Home generates significant social and regional benefits. By improving access to safe and verified accommodation, the platform enhances working holiday well-being and reduces risks associated with informal housing. It also contributes to greater transparency and fairness in regional labor systems, helping to reduce exploitation. Meanwhile, Harvest Home supports rural communities by addressing labor shortage and helping with workforce stability. Importantly, the platform helps to address the hostel dependency trap, where workers forced to remain unstable accommodation due to limited alternatives. Looking ahead, Harvest Home aims to expand across regional Australia. In the short term, the focus is on launching a pilot program in Queensland. In the medium term, the platform will expand based on KPI performance and user feedback. In the long term, the goal is to become Australia's leading platform for working holiday maker housing and employment opportunities across other industry sectors. In conclusion, Harvest Home provides safe, reliable, and integrated employment and living solutions while supporting Australian rural development across Australia.